Hey guys, Dirty Keto Grandma here. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Thanks for taking the time to click on this video and check it out this morning. Or if it's not morning for you, afternoon, evening, 2 a.m., whenever it is. Thanks for checking in. That's exactly what I'm doing here, midweek check-in, mental health check-in today. It's been a rough week and a half, almost 2 weeks now. My daughter's cat's been sick. I wasn't going to mention this, but we finally got him in for a vet appointment today, so we're taking him today. I'm going to take a half day of work and take off and drive him up. We got to drive him a little ways up because finally got him in for an appointment. And we're just going to keep our fingers crossed, but it's been mentally draining. I mean, not just for me, for my daughter, most importantly. I'm not going to go deep into this, but it's just been really, really rough for her, mentally, and for all of us, and this poor little cat, too. I mean, he's drinking and getting up and not, he just hasn't been eating and feeling well. He's just not normal, but it's just really rough. Anyone that has a pet knows that, man, it's emotionally rough when it's like having a small child that's sick and you can't help them. So we're going to take him today to the vet, but that just, it weighed on me so heavy last night just thinking about it, because as much as I'm a positive person and I try to see the positive in the negative, and I really do, I try not to go too ham sandwich on it with people, because people that are struggling and having a hard time, the last thing they want to hear is you tell them that, hey, someone's got it worse than you, or hey, just go meditate for a couple minutes and just breathe, it'll all be okay. Nobody wants to hear that, but I'm a true believer in self-healing, and if you got to go to the doctor and get medication or go to therapy and get help and whatever you got to do, but for me personally, I try to do as much self-healing as I can with my mental health, and now with my body and stuff too. I'm trying to kind of heal the damage that I've been doing for 40 plus years. So but anyways, with this mental health check-in, I just thought I'd maybe break down a little bit, typically mental health, for me anyways, this is my experience. I am not a doctor. This is just my experience. For me, my mental health came from when I was a young kid. I was always kind of anxious and nervous, but when I was 11, I was out riding my bike one day, came to I don't even think it was a four-way stop. It was just a stop sign, and there was a van sitting at the stop sign, and this was probably a cargo van, been turned in. It was painted yellow like a school bus, and it was for the handicapped kids that didn't go to the normal school, had wheelchairs that needed to get on the bus, and it was but it was a legitimate city school bus, but it was a van that was turned into one. Anyways, we were sitting at this stop sign. I was on my bike, wanted to cross. The guy's waiting. He kept motioning for me to go. I was like, no, you go ahead and go. We went back and forth with this. We both went at the same time. He hit me and ran over top of me with both the front tire and the back tire, ran right over my midsection, right between my belly button and my pelvic area. So I fractured my pelvis in 3 places, and they couldn't operate on it to fix it. They told me if it didn't heal right, I might never walk again. I was 11 going on 12, and I was in the hospital for a long time. Then when I got out, I was physical therapy at home and had a home nurse for a long time, walked on a walker when I was finally walking, walked on crutches. So I think that really made me have a lot of anxiety as far as nervousness if something bad's going to happen. Don't trust that someone's going to give you the right away, because they're not, it just made me very anxious, very nervous. It also sent me into a pretty good depression, because here I'm 11, 12, I want to be a kid, and I'm laid up in the hospital for months, laid up at home for months. Probably took me about a year. And in this time, my brother was kind of a juvenile delinquent, so he was into doing his thing. He was 4 years older than me, so he was 15 going on 16. Not to delve into his person, God rest his soul. He was into some juvenile issues, and he was in juvenile detention center for about a year and a half while I went through this whole tragic accident and possibly never walking again. So my best friend, my brother, my only sibling, was gone. And so it led to like not just being anxious and having anxiety now and being nervous, but I was depressed. I was unhappy. Some days I didn't even want to live. Like all my friends are outside playing, having a good time. And here I'm like trying to learn how to walk again with a granny walker, and my brother's away, and it was just a lot. So that, I feel like that triggered a lot of stuff. I never really got a lot of like help for that. I just kind of self medicated for a long time when I was a teenager, you know, lots of drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. I won't delve into that, but this comes to my next topic as far as music and mental health. Because I'll tell you what, when I was laid up in the hospital, now this was the 80s, because I was born in 73, so it was 84 going on 85, and I was big into like Duran Duran, U2, all kinds of like 80s bands. I mean, I love all kinds of music. I was also into like my Motley Crue, my, you know, Guns N' Roses, Metallica. Well, that was a little bit later 80s. I was still into like Prince, Michael Jackson. Duran Duran was a huge one. I don't know why. I was just into them like big time at that specific time. Because I remember one day I woke up in the hospital and one of the nurses, because I was there for a long time, so like we were friends with these nurses, and she had cut out a little picture of the lead singer. I can't even think of his name. The lead singer of Duran Duran, had put it like on my side phone that was on the side of my table. Anyways, music, man, I'm telling you what, it doesn't heal all, but music is a huge thing for me and my mental health. I put on some music and it takes me to a whole other place, man. It helps me escape, even if it's just temporarily, from whatever nervous, anxious, paranoia thoughts or depression and being depressed, you know. It's tough. It really is. It's more than just being sad sometimes. It's usually just a landslide of like everything. You know what I mean? I had to bury my brother when I was 17. Had to bury my mom when I was 25 and just starting to raise my kids. They were 2 and 4. They don't even really have memories of my mom. So like, you know, the fear of like her dying at 46, and I'm 48 now, and I'm like just waiting for the axe to drop, and like it's just a lot with mental health. But I use music and other forms. I do some meditation. I like aromatherapy. I burn the incense. I use the essential oils with my lava beads. I just recently, last year, the year before actually, started getting into like the meditation, the chakra healing. I'd like to get a little more into that in some of these videos, but we'll see. I mean, I'll see what people find interest in. I don't want to make videos you guys aren't interested in, but I figured we'd check in here midweek with all of our mental healths and doing what we can to not only keep our body in check and healthy and you know, thriving. We have to work our brain too. Our brain is a muscle, and mental health is a real thing, man. I know it's just like it's more prevalent now because people are talking about it more, but it's been around for a long time. I mean, I come from a long line of batshit crazy people. And I joke and say that, but I mean, you gotta kind of like take it with a grain of salt, man. My mom, or my grandma, oh, damn, what did she say? Something about knee high to a water lily or some shit. That's some knee high to a water lily. Who says some crazy, like, I don't even think a water lily has a knee, like, but I mean, seriously, like, my grandfather changed his name. He was born Nicholas Carl, and he changed his name to Carl Nicholas. That ain't something, ain't. Cuckoo. God bless him, rest his soul. I mean, what a great guy. I was super young when he passed, but I do have a few memories of him, and like, wow. But like, yeah, we all come from like, imagine some of the crazy people back in the day that like were just stuck in insane asylums and like just left there because there was no diagnosis for whatever it was, schizophrenia, bipolar. I mean, right? So just try as much as you can to mentally cleanse every day, every night before you go to bed. I like to do some meditation. I've been slacking lately, so I'm trying to, if I start my day with that, some positive affirmations, keep me on the right track. Throughout the day, if I need to take some breathers, go outside, take a walk, get some fresh air. Look, people, misery loves company. So if you're surrounded by miserable people that are unhappy with their lives, themselves, their relationship, their job, whatever, misery loves company. I know that a lot of times people say weird, like cliche stuff like that, but it's absolutely true. If somebody is miserable in their life or for whatever reason they're miserable, they want everyone around them to be miserable, and they will do their best to bring them down. Because if you're miserable, do you really want to be surrounded by happy people that are happy with their lives and smiling and they're happy? No, that pisses you off. It makes you mad. You're miserable. You want everyone to be miserable just like you. So you know what? Try to see the positive whenever you can. Take a deep breath, cleanse your mind, free your mind of all the negative thoughts. Watch some TED Talks. Today I'm going to do a half day at work. I'm going to go to work, and usually what I do is I flip my music on. I might even do a quick little 5-minute meditation, either right before I clock in or right after. 5 little minutes. It's 5 minutes. It does not take that long. While I'm opening my emails and everything else, I just put it on and listen to it in the background. There's some positive affirmations telling me that I'm good enough. I'm worth it. You did your best today. And tomorrow is a new day to make a new start, a new beginning, a fresh start to do better than you did yesterday. So, hey, I got my morning coffee. I'm going to get ready to head out for work, and I'm going to try my best. No, I'm going to do my best, not try. I'm going to do my best to make today the best day that it can be, and I hope that you all do the same. If you relate at all to this video, click the little thumbs up, follow along. To all of you that have been following and supporting me on this journey with the weight loss and the exercising and this mental health clarity that we're all going through right now, thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time and your support. I love you all. And for all of you that I don't know and I'm just getting to know, thank you. I appreciate your time today. I know everyone has a busy schedule. We're pushing about 14 minutes here, so I don't want to go much longer. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All of you are why I do this every day. I do it for myself as well. It's kind of like my own therapy here. If you want to join me, please comment down below. We can chit chat. Hit me up on my social media. Mindy Snyder is my personal Facebook. Hit me up. Send me a friend request. Message me. We'll chit chat and talk. I really don't have that many friends, so I have time to chit chat and talk. Other than when I'm working during the day, I'm at work, but hey, I'll make time for you just like you've made time for me today. Thanks again, guys. Dirty Keto Grandma here. Thanks for joining me on this journey. I'll see y'all again real soon.